I was thinking to myself, as I'm doing these art projects, how, I grew up dyslexic, and growing up dyslexic uh, gave me an identity of not being very smart because I was not smart in the way that other kids were smart in school. Unintentionally, this identity that I could only do things that had to do with art. And that's why I have been a nail technician for, I don't know, 20 years or so. And because it's something that I'm creating with my hands, like anything that can be created, I'm a very visual thinker. But when I had this aha moment 6 years ago, this epiphany, spiritual awakening, and I started really diving deep into why we are the way that we are, why our brains work, how our brains work, how it gets programmed, not in conspiracy, but more of like the logical, how does the brain work? How do we get programmed into an identity of thinking we are a certain way? That deep rabbit hole that I went into and still go into really gave me a different identity of myself. Going down that rabbit hole of how our mind works and how it gets programmed and how the universe works. I mean, since I was a kid, always was like, what the fuck are we doing here? Why are we even here? What is this all about? And kind of seeing what religion and history was trying to tell us. Once I started really diving deep into that, I realized I was really smart. So it did really change my identity. And that added to that awakening that, like, I perceive myself as a certain identity, a certain character. And everybody does that. And we build these programs based on our environment and what we have heard growing up. And so it helped me change my identity into thinking I wasn't very smart because reading comprehension and spelling aren't great for me, to I am very smart. I just learn differently. And so that's why I became so passionate about teaching people about the identity and the ego and why we are the way that we are. I also realized as I changed my identity from thinking I wasn't that intelligent and that capable, a lot of that was part of my identity. That I had to lean on somebody else. And that's something I was stuck in as a child. I had to lean on somebody else to support me. And it carried on to adulthood. And so as I had this epiphany moment about my identity, I also had a insight that, like, a lot of people don't notice this. Like, they don't realize that we have an identity that our mind creates, and we get stuck in beliefs based on our environment. Like, that is not something, and we keep recreating same scenarios that we get stuck in. And that was just like, I woke up and it was like a spider web. I tell people that, like, I can be around somebody and I can realize why they believe what they do and then help them reprogram out of that condition. I say all of this on this 420 rainy day here in Austin because whatever you have as an identity, what you believe you're capable of, can be changed. And when you start to open or be open to a different way of seeing life, and seeing yourself, that's how you have transformation in your life. And I'm still working on it, but at least I'm not stuck in it. Like, if you on the journey, you know that you can see people out there, they're stuck, and that's why they call them zombies, because they don't even realize that this is happening. And so to me, the awakening is the awakening of how you see yourself and how you see reality, because that's what this is all about. I heard that from Preston Smiles. God is a yes. So whatever you think, you will see. And God will say yes. Sure. So if God is a yes, if you subconsciously means below your awareness, because it's a submarine, if you believe that you're not smart or you're not capable, or you have to be complete if you have a man or a woman in your life, if you always believe it's hard for you to lose weight, like, subconsciously you'll keep creating it because God's a yes. So it's so important to see what you believe about yourself, your environment, and your life subconsciously, because you will continue to find that. Your mind will constantly be fixated on negative things about yourself and the environment, or positive things about yourself and the environment. It's really fucking up to you. So I think that is such a foundational key thing, because even if you're aware of it, there's so much work to be done to reprogram it and see life differently.